Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy PorterWalk77 coming at you with another video. Just want to give you some updates, some good information that you're gonna need. If you're a new subscriber, if you're a new person to my channel, hey, subscribe to my channel, like it. Check out the content. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I host 60 Frames No Lag podcast. Got a great panel. Try to bring on great guests. We all have various opinions and stuff like that. Uh, if you heard about me, some people say I'm a pro Sony dude, which I am. Well, I'm not gonna say pro Sony. I prefer PlayStation, but on my podcast, I'm all about the opinion. So I try to have various gamers, other YouTube, small or big, or sometimes just commentators, community members, and stuff that have different flavors, whether PC gamers, Xbox gamers, whatever. So my podcast is definitely not about just talking about PlayStation or just bashing a brand or whatever. Everybody get to do everything. The only thing I always ask is just that the panel members are respectful to each other, but bring on your opinions and stuff like that, regardless of how crazy it is, because it's good to conversate. I enjoy the conversations I have with a lot of YouTubers, with a lot of the community, from regardless of where they stand, whether they're neutral or they prefer one platform or another. It's been a great experience. So check out those podcasts. I think you'll enjoy it, and check out my content and stuff. People ask me if I'm ever gonna do streaming videos and stuff like that. I'm not sure so if I'm gonna start the streaming thing, and I'll tell you why. Main reason is mostly because when I play video games, for some reason I focus on the video game, so I'm not very good at streaming and talking, and I'm not very good at that. But I'm gonna stick to commentary and podcasts and stuff like that. But on today's topic, and I apologize if I look away from the camera. But I want to read some things for you, and we'll start with the first stuff is the Sony giveaway. So just in case you haven't noticed, Sony is giving away $1,000 in-store PlayStation credit. I'll put the link of where you need to do, but this is just the basic gist of it. Is PlayStation is launching a new promotion where players can enter to win $1,000 in PlayStation Store credit. In order to enter, players will have to go to the contest's official website and register by entering their email address, PlayStation Network ID, and birthday. There will be a total of 10 grand prize winners, and the prizes will be drawn on February 22nd, 2017. Right. On top of the main $1,000 contest, PlayStation gamers can also enter to win a daily $100 prize. To enter, all they have to do is follow the PlayStation Twitter account and then retweet their favorite PlayStation gaming moment each day for a chance to win. To make sure the entry is counted, they will have to use the hashtag PS Store and sweepstakes. A total of 58 daily winners will be named, two prizes per day. The winners will be drawn weekly. All right. So I'm gonna put the link of the official website. I'm gonna put the link to this article. I'm gonna put the link to the official website if you just want to go straight to the website and fill out the form, and that's your chance to possibly win $1,000. All right. So the next thing is the topic I want to talk about is the announcement of Square Enix having a deal with Marvel to make Marvel games, and their first game is going to be the Avengers projects. I'll put the link to the video if you haven't seen it. First, doesn't show gameplay. It's like a teaser trailer of sorts. And graphically, from the trailer, obviously CGI, maybe, most likely. But I'm excited for this announcement. All right. The one thing I would say is, I think now is the age of comic books. We all saw how the Marvel Cinematic Universe and DC Cinematic Universe have taken a rise. We see in the movies, the quality of the movies have gotten better, and now we're seeing TV shows. Well, not now, but we've been seeing TV shows. We've been seeing like Daredevil and Luke Cage, Agents of Shield, Gotham, Arrow, The Flash. Great quality writing and stuff. And of course, people are gonna have issues with episodes to episodes, but overall, the age of comic books are getting treated much better this era than they could say 10, 20, 30 years ago. All right, maybe and I think it's because the comic books probably have the most original stories now. You see a lot of movies, they're rehashing the same stuff or remaking stuff that came out in the 80s, or they're retelling the same story just in a different way with a different character. Some movies have lost the creativity. While when it comes to comic books, there's so much backlog of creative stories that you can do with these characters, and there's so many characters in these comic books from between Marvel and DC universe. So I think it's a great time, and I'm glad to finally see that a publisher is using AAA studios to do this. So this partnership, the first game with the Avengers, is being done with Crystal Dynamics and Idols Studios. If you don't know, they're the ones that Crystal Dynamics did Rise of Tomb Raider, fantastic game, and Idol Studios did, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, and the one before that. So you can see that those are AAA developers, great developers that make great games. One of the traditional issues of comic book games is they never put it in the hands of AAA developers. They always give it to these lower, you know, unpolished developers simply because they figure the game is gonna sell on the name alone. So why spend the big budget? So it's pretty much low budget, low studio, so they don't have to pay a lot of money, and they make big dividends off the profit of the sales of the game just simply because it's a Thor game or it's a Spider-Man game or whatever. And that hurts to me. That hurts the the branding. That hurts the comic book image, if you know what I mean. A couple of years ago, Rocksteady shook the industry when they took over Batman, and you saw how our Arkham Knight franchise ended up. Fantastic game, just fantastic game in general, not just a Batman game, great Batman game, but they're great games in general, and they sold great and they were profitable. So I hope Rocksteady was a key contributor to showing the industry, hey, these comic book games can be very successful if you put, if you put it behind the hands of a AAA developer. Sony's doing the same thing with Spider-Man PS4, as you know. It's in the hands of Insomniac, and Insomniac is a great developer, so they're gonna do justice by that game. I'd say the one key thing is Marvel involvement. Um, I know Rocksteady had DC writers involved with Arkham Knight, so that's why feels so authentic. It feels like the comic book that came to life. The way the character acts, the way Batman Bruce Wayne is, the way all the villains are, the way the city looks, and just the story and how it's written and stuff. It feels like an authentic comic, and that's key. Insomniac is doing the same thing with Marvel. Marvel is the one writing the script and all that stuff. So it's gonna have an authentic comic book Spider-Man feel. It's not gonna be a cheesy. I don't think it's gonna be a cheesy written by a game writer way. It's gonna be authentic with Marvels. All right. So hopefully with this announcement with Square Enix, they're gonna have the same relationship. And it sounds like they have the same relationship because it's a multi-game partnership deal, and it's gonna start with the Avengers project. So you could probably see more games. Now the one game you won't see is Spider-Man because Sony got the rights to make the Spider-Man game. So that's going to be a Sony exclusive. But you're going to see maybe Captain America or Hulk or Thor, X-Men. Who knows the line of Marvel games that we'll see coming out of Square Enix. And I think Square Enix has been doing pretty good over that. You have, Rise of Tomb Raider was a great game. Final Fantasy 15 came out, great game. Deus Ex came out, good game. So that's three great games. So I think Square Enix is back on their A game. And this multi-partnership deal is phenomenal. I love comic books right now. I got my little, let me try to say, what I'm saying? I got my little Batman DC, because obviously Batman's the greatest. But I love the Marvel franchises and stuff. And I'm looking forward to what Square Enix and the developers they put under to these games are going to bring to the table. I'm so excited. I think it's great. It's a great time. It's a great time to be a comic book fan and you enjoy those products. And I think the games, if they could be even half as good of what Rocksteady did with Batman, it's going to be an amazing time. So I'll put the links to those stuff. Check them out. And I hope you enjoyed the little teaser trailer. And as more news comes up, I'm going to start talking about that because I love talking about comic book movies and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk more about it. And hopefully E3 will get more information, Spider-Man, all that stuff. But anyway, just to recap, the links we'll have for you to enter for a $1,000 giveaway. And Square Enix announced a multi-partnership deal. And hopefully those games will be fantastic and phenomenal. But anyway, this is your boy Porter Rock 77. Like, subscribe, to my channel, and hit me up on Twitter at Porter Rock 77. And hope to see you Wednesday on the 60 Frames Don't Like podcast every week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. Hey, you guys take care, enjoy your weekend, and keep it gaming. All right, people, keep it gaming.